Have you ever struggled reversing a car out of a driveway or parallel parking in a tight spot and have to constantly come out of the car, take a look and see where your car is in relationship to the car behind you like this? And you constantly have to poke your head out, looking out the window or out the door, so it kind of feels like you're driving without the rear view mirror and you constantly can't see the back. Or if your car has so much stuff that you can't see out the back of the car with your rear view mirror, then what you need is this Auto-vox T9 backup camera system. It works great in the nighttime driving, parking, reversing, and it improves visibility with its 140 degrees viewing angle, night vision, and stable signal, so making reversing in any environment a breeze. Let's take a look at what's in the box, and I will give you a step-by-step on how to install this in your car after the unboxing. So let's see what's in the box. So we have an extended warranty for 18 months card, and then we have the manual which tells you step by step of how to install this camera and rear view mirror on your car. And let's take a look at the rear view mirror. It looks exactly the same as my rear view mirror, but this one has a screen so you wouldn't notice. And then we have these. This is the Hardwire kit. You will connect the end yellow to yellow, and then the other end is where we connect our Hardwire kit to the fuse and our ground wire, and then the extension for the backup camera. And then in here we have the camera itself. It has a bracket that you can rotate around, like tilt it, depending on your situation where you want to mount it. And then you connect this one to the camera, which is a extension from your fuse and all the way to the back of your car. So, and then these are the fuses that you want to connect to on your fuse boxes. This is like a fuse connection. So these are the different mounts that you can use to mount it on your car. Depending on your car brand, you can fit mostly 99% of the car using these mounts. And then at the end here we have the other bracket that I was talking about, that you can use this instead of the tilty mount that we have. You can use that to mount it on the license plate area. And here are all the things that comes in with, all laid out for you. Hey guys, so the first thing we're gonna install is Hardwire, the Hardwire kit that it comes in with. So we're gonna connect the red and the yellow and the ground to the car. So the red wire, the red wire is ACC. That's like it turns on when the car turns on, and the yellow is the constant power, which is always there, like always powers on. So we're looking for a fuse in the fuse box that will always have power, and we're looking for another fuse in the fuse box that has power only when the car turns on. And then we are going to connect the ground wire to the ground wire, like kind of like a bulb or any metal on the car that works. So right now we're gonna try to install these ones, and then we're gonna fish these wires up into the car, like this one all the way up into the mirror that connects it to. And you can see some of the fuses here, but that's not the fuses that we're looking for. We're looking for the fuses that are underneath here. We're looking for these ones, and I already took off the covers. So we're going to talk about which fuses we're going to use and which fuses we're not going to use. Like, alright, so if you're not sure which fuse to use or which fuse is which, it's always best if you look up these ones in your manual. And on here, I found this online for mine. So here is like all the the fuses and what they do, so you don't know what they mean on your fuse box, you can always check it up on your phone, online, or on your manual and see what each one does. So right now I want to find the one that is powered on all the time, and that's for the yellow wire, and I'm not sure which one is which. And so I have my multimeter, or you can buy one of those fuse checker online and check it that way, or you can use the multimeter and check which one has like a voltage on it. Yep, and I'll check back with you later after I found that out. And also another note is that you don't want to find the one that is like a safety feature on your car, like your brakes or ABS, your ignition, your instrument, like your panels and gauge clusters, ECU computers and stuff like that. But you want something that is not really related to safety features, so that you can use it and not mess with the system of your car, and that way you don't, break your car. Let's try the 15 amp, which is this one. This 15 amp is the cigarette lighter, which should not be turned on when the car is off. So I'm gonna check this one, put my multimeter and like the negative pan on this side and the positive on this side, and yep, I don't see any power going through on this one, but this one has power, but not the cigarette lighter, which is this one. So this 15 one is the ACC socket. So yep, I figured out which one I use for the yellow wire, which is the constant power, which I will use the ACC socket, which I checked on my manual is like a power outlet on my car, kind of like a charger port on your car, or it's not. If there's like two cigarette lighter, there's one power outlet on the center console. That's the one that I'm gonna use, and the other one, which doesn't have power when the car is turned off, and the one with the red wire, I'm going to use the cigarette lighter, because I checked and it shows that the cigarette lighter only has power when the car turns on. So that's the one that I want to go with, and I'll check back with you guys later. Alright, got the fuse. So once you have your fuse, you want to add it into, or add a fuse wire. Put this in. Alright, there it is. That's our fuse holder, and our fuse, add a fuse to that fuse location. And now we're ready to take the other, which is the cigarette lighter at 15 amp, which is another blue one, which is this one, the blue one. I'm gonna take this one out, and I'll do the same thing where I put the fuse back into the fuse holder of the other fuse. Now I will put this back into its place right here. That's it. And now we can wire our ground wire to a bolt or somewhere in here. So I found the place that I'm gonna put the negative terminal, the ground wire, which is this bolt right here. This is where I'm gonna ground it to, and I'm gonna loosen up this bolt and I'm gonna insert it and tighten it back. And that's tight enough. Now I have my ground. I will connect the rest of the wire lighter, which is my red wire, which only comes on when the car turns on. ACC socket. It's the power outlet on the center console. we're done. I will clean it up later with some zip ties, and then I want to fish this wire up into the top. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take off my A-pillar here, this, so I can see where I need to put the wire up into. Alright, I got it. I fished it up. So now I have to put this all the way up, and then hopefully all the way up over there to the mirror. Guys, so it's time to install the camera, the backup camera, onto the back of the car. So either you can put this in the back of the windshield, which it doesn't work for me because of these lines here, and if I put it here, it's gonna be like really obvious, and I don't like the placement of this. But either way, you can put this over here on the back of your vehicle, like the back windshield, or you can put it in the back of the trunk. Alright, so we're gonna put this over here. Either you can use this one, or you can use this one on your license plate, like behind the license plate. Stick it like that. Or I'm gonna use this one, which I can just stick it in like so, right here. There's a good place for it, and then I can wire this wire in the back of the truck. Now I fit it up there. So this is what it looks like on the outside. I managed to put it in between here and the light bulb of the license plate area. Like there's a little gap there, and I just fish the wire through there and out on this side. It's not the best way to put it, but I think this works. Right, so I managed to find like a spot where I can hide this wire, and for this wire I need to tap this into the reverse light. So I'm gonna have to fish this wire back down this way and down to the reverse light over there. So mine's a hatch, so it's wired differently because the hatch is open upward. But if you don't have a hatch, you might just want to have an easier way to wire this to your front of the car. But this is how I did it. I wired this to the top here, and then run it behind the headliner, and then the wire right here and all the way up here, and then we're gonna connect it back to the fuse, the fuses on the bottom where we have it tied on the fuse box. So after we finish like fishing the wire up on the headliner and down our A-pillar, we're gonna continue with this line like in here in between and down here and into our fuse box. Alright, so after we finish it up here, we're gonna just connect our wire back into this plug here and put this back in our fuse box and close it up. Okay, so I spliced my reverse wire into my reverse wire on the car. So if you're not sure which one is the reverse wire, look into your manual or search online, or you can just use a multimeter and check and see which one has power when you put the reverse on the car, and then that way you can check which wire is which. All right, now to remove your mirror, use like the prior and put it into like the middle part, and then you just pry this part and should lift it up. After you put the tab and pry it, it should just lift it up like this, and this is how you take off your mirror. And now we're gonna install this, and this one should just fit over your existing mirror mount, and then just use a screwdriver and tighten this, and it should be pretty snug. So tighten up this screw right here. Yep, and this is all secure. Now we connect our yellow wire to the yellow plug, and then we are going to hide this. Oh, there's the chime. And then we're gonna hide it up in our headliner. Okay, so it looks like the camera has like orientation to it, and this is like the opposite where I wanted it to, so I need to flip this around and do this instead. So I'll need to fix that double-sided tape, and then we're all set. Alright, I think I flipped it, and then I think this is ready, so I'm gonna take this off. And that's how we install this. It's not really that secure, but I think it's good enough. Alright, let's test it.
Recording started.
Alright, so now we want to put it in reverse.
Wi-Fi is on.
And this light should come on. So you can try and see how you want to figure out that light, that line. And when you put it into park, it goes back in here. And if you press and hold 2 seconds, turn off, and now you have your regular mirror. And press and hold, now you get this, and you can also move it up and down. Then we can use our reverse line if you wanted to, or you can turn it off. Then in your general settings, you have beat, volume, language, but so far this is the only option that you can have. And then you can have your LCD power save, which if you want to keep using the LCD screen, you would keep it off. But if you want to use this as a normal rear view mirror, you would have like your preference of power save mode, or 1 minute or 3 minutes, and then you have your clock settings, which you can set up. Then you have your date format, and then time format, and then your movie mode. You want your sounds recorded or movie clip time. This is the time that you want each clip to be at that interval, like 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes per clip. I chose 1 minute, and then resolution is only 1080p. It's fine. So you want to turn it off, press and hold, turn it off. Now you have your original mirror, which you can use this to look behind you, or you can choose press and hold 2 seconds, and then you have your LCD screen, which is turning on the camera on the back of the car. Now, so should you get this? You should get this if you don't already have a rear view camera, if you constantly have stuff blocking your rear view, if you need to add a rear view recording, or if you have a hard time seeing out the back at night or parking. So overall, I think this is a pretty solid system, and it works great in situations like backing up, parking, and stuff that blocking your rear view. And the installation isn't super hard. You just need to take it one step at a time and following the instructions. And I think it adds a lot of safety to your car if your car doesn't have the backup camera system, or if you're constantly hauling stuff that are blocking your view. And yeah, so overall I really like this product and I think it works great. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.